It's Thursday. It's time for coffee and Cursey Words. I am back at home today for like 4 seconds before I hop on another plane. It has been the busiest travel month over here. It always is. Today we have a ton on the docket. We're just going to roll through all of it. We have updates on Fat Leonard. To everyone who sent me this story this morning, you are the best. I was sleeping when this news broke, so thank you. You're awesome. We have a lot going on with Cardi B and Tasha K. And Erika has been vague tweeting about a case that got dismissed. And yes, it's kind of a big deal, but also kind of not. And we're going to talk about that. And then there's this wild lawsuit with 50 Cent that we absolutely have to talk about. My voice is, you're going to hear it. My voice is a little scratchy. We're going to roll through it. I've got coffee. Let me know where you're coming in from. And we will just do all the things today. There's so many emotions in this Cardi B, Tasha K stuff. Cardi B's going after that coin, man. It is just, she's going to get it. And the 50 Cent lawsuit, we're saving that to the end because it's going to get spicy. And I don't normally root for a lawsuit at the beginning. I'm like, let's look at both sides. I have a feeling that I'm just going to be rooting for this one. And we're all just going to have to sit here and be like, we're just kind of rooting for 50 in this one. It's rare. It's rare. Normally I'm like, let's listen to both. But once we go over it, I think you're going to be on my side on this one. We're going to see. We're going to try to see both sides on it. We're going to try. Replay crew, absolutely love you. There will be timestamps down below. We have a few housekeeping things to do after we roll the intro. I'm going to roll the intro. Apologize for the scratchiness. The hotel I was staying at for this last event was really dry, and like all of my sinuses are just like a mess. So with that, it is time for us to roll the intro. It's time to get into it. I've probably bit off more than I can chew today, but when do we not? When I'm looking at the amount of law that we have to cover today, I'm like, oh, cute. Okay, we're just doing this. We're just doing this. But you're here for it. I'm here for it. It's our only stream this week. And I have some meetup information for you. So if you live in Southern California, I got something for you. But let's roll the intro first. Hey there. If we haven't met yet, I'm Emily D. Baker, the badass lawyer and everyone's favorite legal commentator. I'm the host of The Emily Show, and I break down the legal shit behind the news and pop culture stories we all want to talk about. I have been a licensed attorney for over 15 years, but this is not legal advice. I should warn you, I'm a big fan of the Cursey Words. This channel is where the law nerds unite to talk about facts, not fuckery. So good morning. I'm already seeing super chats coming in, and I will get to those. They're not showing up on my end when they're starred, so I might have to refresh in a minute, but I will get to it. I saw a few. Yes, I know what's going on with Nate. Yes, I have talked to Nate privately. Is that the stuff we cover over here? No. Nate is covering it really well on his channel. We're going to let him cover that on his channel. It is, again, when stuff is going down, I try to stay out of it. B, I always want to stay out of it. But C, Nate's got it handled. Nate is a very competent attorney, a very competent individual, and he's got it. So with everything going on with that, I know a lot of you are like, girl, what's tea? I get it. But I would just encourage you to go, if you want to know what's tea, Nate the lawyer has it on his channel. He's breaking it all down for you. It's really not what we cover here. If there is a lawsuit, we will get into it later. But for now, we're just talking about the stuff that's on our docket today. But I have absolutely talked to Nate offline and been like, dude, this is crazy. He's like, it's good. He's like, I'm talking about it. So the best thing I can do to support him, other than the support offline, which is generally how when people I know are going through stuff, I generally reach out offline instead of online, because that's how I prefer to deal with most things, especially when it's not just covering lawsuits. But the best thing to do is just, if you're curious, direct it to his channel. We just keep moving. Things haven't come for us. I don't go after people. You guys have seen that. Even when I'm like, what in the world are you doing? It's just not what I do. It's never what I do. It's not how I engage. It's the same with people who are frustrated with the, the Discovery Plus documentary. Some are frustrated, some are not. I enjoyed taking part in it. I'm going to ask the members if they want to do a kind of behind the scenes of what that experience was like filming for the Discovery Plus Johnny Depp Amber Heard documentary. I was happy to be a part of it because, again, I'm not worried at this point when I've met people that they are going to manipulate the things that I say. If that then happens, I can come on my platform and say, this is what happened. That's not what happened, I feel, in my participation in the Discovery Plus documentary. I really enjoyed participating in it, and I enjoyed getting to talk about the law of it. And that was important to me, to talk about the law of it. So that's kind of what's going on. So if you have seen the Discovery Plus documentary, you might have seen my face. They film like with the cameras on the ground. Who does that? It's just reckless. It's just reckless. Filming with we put the cameras up, people. This is YouTube. What are you doing? The cameras are like down there. My chins are down there. Stop it. Stop putting the cameras down there. So, Call Me Al said, wait, did you mention this documentary before? Briefly. Again, it's hard before they come out because I never know what their spin's going to be until I see it. So it's hard to talk about. I don't know if I'm going to be in it. I don't know if I'm going to get cut out of it. I don't know. So now that I've seen it, I'm like, look, I think they did a fair job. My personal opinion. I'm sure not everybody feels that way. That's okay. But yeah, they put them basically on the ground. It's so rude. It's so rude. And then they shoot from like low and from the side. I'm like, I don't look as cute this. Look. It's so bad. It's so bad putting them down on the ground. So with that, I can talk about it more, but I believe it's also on HBO Max and Discovery Plus. I will just say that Discovery Plus did it in two parts. They did a part about Johnny Depp and a part about Amber Heard. It was kind of meant to be a he said, she said, and it was meant to be this is the Johnny Depp side, this is the Amber Heard side. I think they did that. And they had not nearly as many people talking about the Amber Heard side, which was weird. And it was very interesting seeing how it went down. And it was also interesting seeing how many participated that they used on the first part of the documentary. You know, Chanley Painter from Court TV was in there quite a lot. And they had behind the scenes with Johnny Depp's attorneys, which I was very interested in. I wanted to see the behind the scenes with Ben Chu and Camille Vasquez, and I wanted to really see more of that. I really was hoping for more of that documentary, and I don't know, maybe there will be more of it. I really would like to see more of what they capture behind the scenes with Johnny Depp's legal team. That's what I'm the most curious about, truly. So what is it called? Damn it, you're asking the hard questions. I think it's called Depp v. Heard. Hold on, let me just pull it up. And then we'll move on. Is it terrible that I don't know? Jeez. I will say for all of you that I think it's Johnny versus Amber. Yeah, it's Johnny versus Amber on Discovery Plus. I will put a link to the trailer if you guys want it. I will just say Discovery Plus has a 7-day free trial. So don't do that until you have time to just sit down and watch it. It's like an hour for each part, and then maybe do the free trial and then maybe cancel the free trial. They have a 7-day free trial. So if you want to just watch that, you can just watch that. And I think it's also on, thank you. This is the full one, Johnny versus Amber, the US trial. Because I think Discovery Plus also did one on the UK trial. So I believe it's also on, HBO Max, because I've heard people saying it's on HBO Max. So if you want to sign up for the 7-day free trial, that's available to you. So let us continue on. Is it available? It is available. I haven't seen the Army Hammer one yet. That's on my list for the next plane ride later this week. So they did one on the UK trial and I haven't seen it. The chat is saying chat is bae. This is why I love live streaming. HBO Max is free right now. There you go. Not on HBO Max, just checks. Okay, so the people who are like, I saw you on HBO Max must have been over on the other one. But I've had a number of people be like, I saw you on HBO Max on Twitter. I haven't gone to look on HBO Max. I don't have HBO Max. So Anyway, with that, we're going to move on to all the things we have to talk about today because it is thorough. Well, I'm going to try to be thorough. It's a lot. We have some quick bits. What else can go in a quick bit? I want to do 2 quick bits because the other 2 are going to take much longer. All right, we're gonna have to do Cardi B at the end because there's the most emotions on that one. We're gonna have to do this at the beginning. Am I rearranging the show as we're talking? Yes. Did I get off a plane late last night? Yes. Yes, I did. So when my brain is just you see my brain actually stop chat, you know why. Angela, I know the Army Hammer one is dark. I absolutely know. I absolutely know that. So it just buyer beware on that one. So let's see. Are you going to mention Nate's crowdfunding? I don't know about Nate's crowdfunding. Again, I've been on a lot of planes. I've been at home for not very many nights this month. I've been in hotels more nights than I've been home. So if Nate is doing crowdfunding, all I can do is direct you to his channel if you want to know what's going on with him and Bot Sentinel. Bot Sentinel is the firm that was hired to run, run information on whether Twitter accounts are bots that are harassing Meghan Markle or Amber Heard. And if we get back to the Meghan Markle lawsuit, the coverage of Meghan Markle at the Queen's funeral was just freaking wild. It's like, y'all, the new king must be so annoyed. It's like, can we just focus on the stuff instead of just continually focusing on whether somebody's holding hands or flipping hair or whatever? It was kind of wild to watch. Just from my perspective, kind of as media watching. So Deanne said, coffee, Cursey Words, and crafting. Perfect day. Love it. Dr. Elo, good to see you. Met you at People of Video. Nice to see you. I know I got home late from People of Video. Poison Elf. LOL, my chins are down there. Oh my God, I would say my boobs are down there. I mean, there's that too, but it's like when they're just like, look, the way they film documentaries is not the way we film on YouTube. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. The way we film on YouTube is very specific, and I get to be in charge of it. So I don't get to be in charge. I don't get to be in charge of the other stuff. So with that, I also need to share something for you guys because I've shared this with the members yesterday, and we're going to share this with y'all today. Let me make sure my screen share is ready. I'm going to put this, or I'll have Megalina put this in the chat and in the description, but we do have a meetup coming up. I was able to find a location that could accommodate the Leonards and schedule a meetup while I'm in LA. Is this kind of like, hey, if you're local, you're local? Yes. Is this something that I anticipated people to travel for? No. This is I'm in LA. I have a little bit of time on this day that I'm in LA. A lot of you have wanted to meet up. So we are doing a meetup near LAX airport. So if you are in Southern California or within reasonable driving distance, that is available to you. We're going to put the link down below. Why is it a linked ticketed event? Well, we're doing food and we're doing drinks. And the drink tickets are included in, 2 drink tickets are included. I think we're going to probably extend that, but don't tell anybody I said that. There's only a few of us here. Because, it's going to be fine. And food included to do this meetup. So I wanted to make sure to extend this. I also didn't want to share the location until you purchased a ticket because the internet is wild. And that's the reason I said near LAX. I will send you all the information, but it is really a meetup with some of my team, my friends. Octo's going to be there. Some of the other YouTubers that you may or may not know that are also going to be in town for Vid Summit, and me and the other Leonards. So the link is going to be in the description. We are doing the meetup on Monday, September 26th from 4:15 to 7:15. Do I think we might stay longer? Maybe, but maybe not. So these are a $35 ticket with food and drinks. They are limited in number just because of the amount of people we have. If this is something you're interested in, the link is in the description and down below. You are welcome to come. Will Dr. B be there? Sadly, Dr. B will not be there. Dr. B is going to be in Tennessee. I have a ton of work that I'm doing while I'm in LA. So it is going to be the LA crew, including Octo, which will be a lot of fun, including some others. So this is the Leonard meetup. You're welcome to come check it out near LAX. That will get you where you need to be. Just so you know. So let us continue on. Let's see. Somebody said no one looks great being filmed at a low angle. Accurate. It's so rude. I don't know why TV is like, this is more dramatic. Stop it. This is why you're losing number to YouTube. People like seeing us at our best angles. Traditional media, get on board. Just put the cameras up. What are you doing? We love a little bit of a down angle. It's just so much kinder. Just be kind. Just be kind. Let's see. All right. So that is there. That is for you to take a look at and to join if that's something that you want to do. Again, no pressure. I am going to be extending other meetups. I know it's something you guys want to do. I'm going to try to make it work as I do other things in the world. But I could make it work while we're in LA. And I was like, thank you. So with that, I see everybody referring to Law and Lumber in the chat. So hello to Law and Lumber in the chat. And we've got to get into the beginning of our stories. The first one's kind of a follow-up on a story that caught my attention and fascinated me. I will say there are other things going on in the news that are probably going to end up in next week's podcast because I can't I can't talk about everything today. But the first thing we're going to talk about is Fat Leonard. So we need to get into quick bits. It's just time. It's just time to get into quick bits. Let's go. Quick bits. Look, I am so fascinated by this story. I can't stop. And seeing the news that Fat Leonard was in fact caught this morning and not on a boat shook me. Get on a boat. What are you doing? Why were you not on a boat? Why were you not on a boat, Fat Leonard? What are you doing? If you are running from the law, get on a boat. What? Not legal. Hold on. That's not legal advice. That's my commentary on this story. If you don't know who Fat Leonard is, we're going to get into it. I feel like the name's kind of like Fat Amy, and it's like, that's what I call myself. But just get on a boat. What are you doing? Fat Leonard wasn't on a boat. I love the headline from BBC. Fat Leonard, Malaysian criminal in U.S. Navy scandal, recaptured after jailbreak. This dude swindled the U.S. Navy out of like $35 million and then just bounced. This guy has like the largest scandal in Navy history, which is so wild to me. And like took down highest levels of the Navy officers doing all of the things. So he swindled or bribed or provided company for higher ups in the Navy to redirect, resupply and things like that to his ports. So he set up a situation for himself. Let's see how much of a background we get. This is a first look at the BBC article. I'm hoping for the best because honestly, this went down this morning while I was still asleep. Fat Leonard has been on the run in Cuba, Mexico, and was attempting to reach Russia. Boat. You can get there by boat. A Malaysian businessman who scammed the U.S. Navy in its biggest fraud scandal ever has been recaptured after he escaped house arrest 2 weeks ago. We covered this when he escaped house arrest. There were supposed to be like guards and there was supposed to be an ankle bracelet. He cut off his ankle bracelet and bounced. And they didn't know for literally hours and hours and hours and hours, which is how he got out of San Diego, California into Mexico and then got down. So Leonard Francis, also known as Fat Leonard, was captured in Venezuela attempting to board a flight to Russia. Not legal advice. They are going to catch you on a plane, my guy. There is facial recognition. There are ways to track you at airports. Boat. Why are you trying to board a plane? Of course you're going to. Of course you're going to get it. Rebecca, I normally don't answer the chat. See, I normally do questions at the end, but then things catch my attention. Rebecca, I think this is going to be next week's podcast. I will ask everybody if they want a breakdown on it. I did not listen to all of Serial, but I will talk about the legal that ran up to this in the podcast next week if you guys want what my thoughts on how this all went down, because there's a lot of legal shit that happened to make this happen, and I find it very interesting. This is why I just said easy. How easy is it to cut off your ankle bracelet? I mean, it alerts them that you've done it, but it's not like it's not like you need a blowtorch. It can be done. It's regularly done. But again, why was he not on a boat? So let's see. The dude who defrauded the military didn't make a good enough runaway plan, apparently, trying to board a flight to Russia. He's been on the run since the 4th of September when he fled his California home by cutting off an ankle bracelet. What I love about this, as I keep interjecting, what I love about this is that he was supposed to have guards at his house. Okay. He literally like bribed naval officers that lost their whole career and ended up getting prosecuted. I'm pretty sure that the dudes that he was paying to guard his house, he paid to take a long lunch break, or he just stopped paying them and they stopped showing up in the court, never knew. But the court was saying, I don't want to be the one that lets this dude get away and then put him on an ankle bracelet anyway. And then guess what? He got away. I'm shocked that they found him, truthfully shocked that they found him. A global Interpol warrant had been out for his arrest as U.S. authorities tried to track him down. On Wednesday, the 57-year-old was arrested. I'm going to pronounce this airport in Venezuela terribly. Simón Bolívar. We're going to leave that. Captured by Venezuelan authorities. Airports are not safe for you if you are on the run. Haven't you watched like any of the Bourne movies? Like, haven't we learned this just from film? Haven't we? Anyway, Interpol says he entered the country from Mexico via a stopover in Cuba. Why didn't you fly out of Cuba? Can you not fly out of Cuba? Or board a boat in Cuba? It seems like getting out of Cuba might have been easier to not get tracked. And I don't think the Cuban authorities are going to bing you. I don't think the Cuban authorities give a fuck about arresting you for the U.S. Just my opinion. Like, in my opinion, why aren't you leaving out of Cuba? Why are you going to Venezuela? I don't understand. He's due to be extradited back to the U.S. Francis escaped house detention just weeks before he was due to face sentencing, which I think is like today. They're going to have to extradite him. Sentencing is not happening today. They're going to put him immediately into custody, and this is going to probably impact his sentencing. Will this impact his sentencing? Let's see. Authorities had allowed him to be detained. Oh, I backed up. Okay. Francis escaped house detention just weeks before he was due to face sentencing for his crimes. In 2015, he had admitted to bribery and corruption charges and had been a cooperative witness. Cooperative. That's not how you spell cooperative. Am I wrong? Have I not had enough sleep? He was we call that snitching. He snitched. He turned state's witness by being cooperative. Authorities had allowed him to be detained at home in San Diego because he had suffered bouts of poor health in recent years, including kidney cancer. However, on September 4th, police went to his house after problems with his GPS bracelet were detected. He cut that bitch off. Those were the problems. Upon arrival, they noticed nobody was home. Weird that he went on the run. Neighbors said removal trucks had come in and out of the property in recent weeks, he added. Weeks. Like they had U-Hauls going in and out for weeks. What? And they didn't have surveillance on his house like at all? Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. That's the normal spelling for the UK. This is what I get when I read BBC News. See, occasionally it's going to stop my brain. Apologies. All right. His recapture is the latest chapter in an embarrassing scandal for the U.S. Navy. Well, the U.S. Navy wasn't the one who let him bounce. I closed my coffee. I can't drink it with the lid closed. The U.S. Justice Department had described it as a colossal fraud involving tens of millions of dollars. Yeah, like $35 million. Francis was the mastermind of a sprawling bribery scheme that operated through his Singapore-based company, which serviced the U.S. Navy's Pacific Fleet. He had naval officers serviced, and that was part of the bribery scheme. Prosecutors say he overcharged the Navy to the tune of $35 million and plied officers with cash, gourmet meals, cigars, rare liquor, and sex parties in luxury hotels. Look, man. Hogue said, is it foreign? Yes, I'm on BBC. It's hyphen is international. I get it. It confuses my brain. I'm not the most intercontinental of folks. Look, man, not. When everybody was like traveling the world, I was in college sports and then in law school and then having kids. So my life has been fairly boring. All right. Jen's woodworking and things just said, I saw your mind jump into the gutter. Yes. It was the perfect word. I don't think they intended it to be cheeky, but that's exactly what went down here. Look, man, gourmet meals are not worth it. Like, is it worth your whole career? No. Just sex, drugs, and food is apparently what was going on. Yes, Jamila, it's always sex, drugs, and lots of cash. Yep. He was arrested in 2013, pleaded guilty in 2015, offering $500,000 in bribes to Navy officers to funnel work towards his shipyards. Dozens of U.S. naval officers have also been implicated. 4 have been convicted so far. At least 27 other contractors and officials have pled guilty to accepting bribes. It's a crazy scandal. There is a podcast about it if you want to dive deep into the wild escapades of Fat Leonard et al. And the largest Navy scandal of our time. I didn't even know this was a thing until he cut his ankle bracelet off and I saw the headlines. And I was like, wait. Fat Leonard on the run is a headline that catches my attention. I need to know. I'm just saying. I need to know why he didn't leave from Cuba. I hope a podcast will answer me why he went to Venezuela to get to Russia. Like, why? All right, so that's what's going on. Fat Leonard has been captured. We're now following that. This is now a story on the docket. When Fat Leonard gets sentenced, we're going to know about it. I want to know because I think the government's going to argue, well, yes, he was cooperative. Yes, he was a state's witness, but then he fucking ran. And I think but then he fucking ran is going to carry more weight. And we know from the last reporting that the judge was worried about this. So the judge is going to, I could imagine a circumstance where a judge would feel personally offended that the judge made it clear to defense counsel and everyone that they were very concerned about him running. And then he goes ahead and runs. The judge is going to be personally offended. So, Hogue is asking about, was he fatter? I don't know. They said he's been battling cancer. It's possible, but it's also possible that he's going for like a Fat Tony kind of thing. Like a giving you like Jersey break your kneecaps soprano vibes. It might've been a like, hey, Fat Leonard. Like that's how I see it. I think he's trying to give television mafioso vibes, I think. So with that, we need to get to our next story. Let's go to Erika Girardi, and then we're going to talk about 50 Cent. No, we're just going to talk about 50 Cent now. Why? Because it fits. Y'all, we are entering the Emily's Gonna Giggle Like a Child part of this stream. Why? Because we're talking about 50 Cent's penis. Look, it's the basis of the lawsuit. And let's just get to this. Let's just get to the story. Cheers to demonetization. If you haven't watched my Law Nerds After Dark stream, you don't quite know where my brain goes. I'm going to try to back it off. We're going to try to keep them short. We're going to try to keep the jokes concise, but that might not happen. I'm sorry. Just join me for some juvenile humor. Look, this is what's happening. 50 Cent is suing. This is another headline that's going to catch my attention. This comes from Law 360. 50 Cent sues Florida surgeon over penile enhancement ads. Look, I'm doing this as a first look because I needed to share my reaction with all of you. I adore 50 Cent. I think 50 Cent's cheeky. I love a good 50 Cent fight on social media. I love some 50 Cent music. I'm here for 50. Look. When we covered the using a likeness in a crypto, was it Robinhood that was using someone's likeness? We covered this like a year ago, and I'm like, do not use someone's likeness in advertisements without their permission, and especially not these. Of course 50 Cent's gonna sue. 50 Cent's like, fuck around and find out. So let's talk about penile enhancement. These are the lawsuits we live for, people. It can't all be serious today. We're not covering anything really heavy and serious, which is why when you guys are like, are we talking about this or that? No, we're talking about housewives. We're talking about Cardi B getting that cash, and we're talking about 50 Cent's penis. That's what we're talking about today. Yes, it was the Ice Cube one. It was the Ice Cube one where they were using his likeness. That's what it was. So no, there's no pictures. There's no pictures, Daydreaming Pixie. I don't think there's pictures. Damn it. If there's pictures in this law, well, whatever. Hopefully there aren't. YouTube. This is for educational purposes. We got to talk about that eggplant man. Look, you have to defend your manhood. Sometimes you have to defend your reputation. And this is him defending his reputation. Hogue is just coming in here with the jokes. Hogue's like sliding in with the jokes. Wait, what did I stumble into? Surely that headline must be inflated. It's been fluffed a little bit. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to make myself laugh. We're just going to make ourselves laugh. Okay. Law 360, the rapper and entrepreneur known as 50 Cent, Fitty, sued a plastic surgeon and her Sunny Isle Beach, Florida practice in federal court Friday. Oh, we're going to look at the lawsuit. Alleging she used photos she took with him without his consent to promote her business on social media and falsely imply that he had received penile enhancement treatment. Don't do that. How did she take pictures with 50? I need more information. In a 32-page complaint, the Houston-based rapper claims that Angela and her practice, Perfection Plastic Surgery, Inc., which does business as Perfection Plastic Surgery and Med Spa, had recently posted photos of him that were taken 2 years ago in February 2020. Wait, right before the world shut down. To promote the business and to shockingly falsely insinuate that he had received penile enhancement treatment. Okay. Jackson never had such a sexual enhancement procedure. He has never received plastic surgery from defendants. He has never consented to the commercialization and publication of the photo. Probably not. You can't just use someone's likeness to advertise. This is actually like, though we can joke about the subject of the law, it would be the same if like Crumble was using photos of 50 Cent being like 50 loves cookies and he hadn't consented. It would be the same if Kevin Hart sued Triller and was like, Triller's out here saying I'm on the app. I'm not on the app. You can't use me to advertise. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. D's like, I need to see the evidence. I mean, Phoenix said, what have I walked in on? 50 Cent. Suing a plastic surgeon for insinuating that he had penile enhancement procedures. Let's see. Defendant's actions have exposed Fitty to ridicule. Look, can we just call him Fitty? I'm doing that. I'm just doing that. Defendant's actions have exposed Fitty to ridicule, caused substantial damage to his professional and personal reputation, and violated his rights to control his name and image, which is fair. You can't say that Fitty needed penile enhancement and not expect the internet to have a minute, because the internet's going to have a minute with that. Jackson maintains in his lawsuit that he had received no treatments from doctor or her practice. Nevertheless, doctor has taken advantage of his act of goodwill and his decision to take pictures with a woman he thought was a fan. And she used those images to try to draw in customers seeking plastic surgery. Rude. Yo, Fitty, can I get a picture? And he's like, sure. And then they're insinuating that he had penile enhancement surgery. Just who thinks that's going to be a good idea? Has Chelsea, I know Chelsea Handler dated him. Has she made an official statement? I want to know. Man, oh man. All right, let's keep going. Defendant's posts imply without any subtlety They made a large accusation without any subtlety that Jackson endorsed med spa's business and services. The complaint says the original posts serve as attention-seeking med spa advertisement and to capitalize on Fiddy's fame to do so. Of course they're trying to capitalize on Fiddy's fame. It's the only reason you do this. The publication also attached the photo, which, oh, good. We get to see it. The picture was widely shared on social media along with other image suggesting that he had the enhancement surgery. The implication was clear in the Shade Room article. Oh, of course the Shade Room's involved. Not getting sued, but of course they picked it up. This is exactly why you don't want this going on with your dick. In the Shade Room article, the photo is juxtaposed with an image of a faceless male obtaining penile enhancement procedure with the euphemistic eggplant emoji covering the exposed groin region. Please, I need pictures of that in the complaint. They used the eggplant emoji. Neither defendants nor the Shade Room sought Fiddy's permission to use the photo, let alone in this particular manner. Okay. Fiddy argues he would never have let doctor or her practice use photos for commercial purposes. I mean, not without paying. Melissa's like, doesn't that violate HIPAA? No, because he wasn't an actual patient. HIPAA protects actual patients. He wasn't an actual patient. It sounds like they're saying, we haven't gotten to the suit yet. They're saying that he took like a fan photo and then she started using it to say that he got that eggplant enhancement. It's just. Vivica A. Fox came to his defense. I'm going to have to go look. I need to know what the internet has to say. His ex-wife made a statement. I'm sure his ex-wife was like, look, man, what he doesn't need. Let's see. Fiddy argues he never would have let the practice use the photos for commercial purposes, but she has constantly shared it widely online and on her Instagram accounts, which collectively have 500,000 followers. That's a decent amount of followers. The 6-count complaint asserts common law claims of unjust enrichment. He's like, what doesn't need enrichment is my dick. But what is getting enriched is your plastic surgery practice. So fuck right off with that. Conversion, invasion of privacy, and Lanham Act violations for misappropriating his image. Of course it is. Dervis says, oh my God, this is turning into childish penis jokes. I told you that was what was happening at the beginning. Yep. The lawsuit asked the court to order doctor and her practice to stop falsely stating Jackson as their client and an order barring them from sharing photos and using pictures to advertise. I mean, that's not going to be hard. In addition to his hit rap songs such as In the Club and PIMP, he is a prolific television producer, has founded multiple successful business ventures, including SMS Audio, Sire Spirits, and SK Energy. I'm not going to make jokes about the energy. He hosted a music and comedy festival called Tycoon Fest in Houston for almost a decade, according to the complaint. Well, a good complaint. You know what a good complaint has? A resume about why this person is the best and why the other person is the worst. Every good complaint has a resume. Let's take a look at this complaint. This complaint strikes me as not so much a lawsuit seeking money. We're going to get into it real quick. I need to know if there's photos. I'm going to scroll. This complaint strikes me as something that's not as much, there's photos, not so much as something that is actually seeking money damages, but trying to let the world know and have the headlines pick up that this is not what happened. And it's just like the Nike Satan shoes. I don't think Nike ever thought they were going to get any money from mischief. Nike was like, I need the headlines to say that we're suing, because if the headlines say that we're suing, then we're going to be able to get the news out there that we're suing. I think this is, again, take it the fuck down. I'm suing your ass, and I need the headlines to pick up that what I haven't done is penilely enhanced myself. That's going to get clipped terribly. Jesus. I'm talking from the perspective of 50 and the point of this lawsuit. These photos won't get me demonetized. These are the Insta photos. Sarah said, in honor of today's stream, I'm making eggplant ratatouille. So this is what it is. Let's get into this lawsuit. God, I love covering pop culture. Y'all, sometimes we just need a break from the craziness in the world to talk about the ridiculousness of somebody actually trying to do this. Who's doing this? And we're going to say penile more than we say nutraceutical. More than that. More than that. Mysteriosia, I probably pronounced that terribly. I'm trying not to laugh too hard. I have a cat on my chest and she's curled up in a little ball. The problems are real. The problems are real because what you don't want to do is disturb. You don't want to disturb the kitty. You want to keep the kitty calm. I love a good kitty nap. Yeah. But if you laugh too hard, they will bolt really fucking quick. Okay. That could go a very, 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 very different direction very soon. Let's talk about 50. Complaint. 50. We're calling 50-50. I know it's Curtis Jackson. He's 50. Not 40, 50. 50. By and through his undersigned counsel for his complaint against defendants, doctor and med spa. Introduction. This is a case. Oh, wait, we need a voice changer for this one. Hold on. Which one?
This is a case about the abuse of a popular entertainer and businessman's act of goodwill by an unscrupulous business owner for her own economic gain. Under false pretenses, defendant doctor took a photo with plaintiff 50 and subsequently used it to promote her business without 50's consent. Defendant also falsely implied in several online publications that 50 was their plastic surgery client.
Rude.
2 years after the photo was taken, Doctor used it again, this time, shockingly, to support the false insinuation the defendants had provided a penile enhancement treatment to 50. 50 never had such a sexual enhancement procedure. Let me say that again. 50 wants you to know that it's fine. That 50 never had such a sexual enhancement procedure. Look, no shade if you do. No shade if you do. 50 doesn't want the entire internet thinking that he did. And that's fair. That's fair. 50 never had such a sexual enhancement procedure. He has never received plastic surgery from defendants and has never consented to the commercialization and publication of the photo. Had he been a patient, you would also have HIPAA problems. Defendant, because you would have to consent to them sharing your information. This doctor had a flaccid business portfolio in need of enhancement. Angela, yeah, she needed to spice things up a little bit on her social medias, but you can't do it at someone else's expense. On or about February 1st, 2020, plaintiff 50, a world-famous celebrity and entrepreneur, graciously agreed to have a photo taken with someone he thought was a fan. Fair. 50 could not have known at the time, obviously, that this photo would repeatedly be exploited as promotional content by and as a false endorsement for a well-known aesthetic and esthetician and business owner in the Miami area. Defendant, maybe not doctor. Is defendant a doctor? Or is defendant an esthetician? I might have been calling defendant doctor. Defendant might not be doctor. Defendant, because I don't want to give more names. I don't want to give more attention to the people doing the things. So we're just going to call defendant. Defendant and defendant's business, med spa. In the over 2 years since the photo was taken, defendants have used 50's image and name for advertising and publicity purposes on social media accounts. 50 never consented to his image, likeness, or name being used in this manner. Fair. Moreover, 2.5 years after the photo was taken, defendant's misuse of the image took a significantly more disturbing turn. On August 17th, 2022, the Shade Room, a pop culture media outlet that focuses on the Black community, published an article featuring defendant discussing the apparent rise in plastic surgery for men, with a specific focus on male sexual enhancement procedures. Look, if you're worried about it, just get you to adamandeve.com. No, this is not sponsored. No, we do not have a code today. Peter Mon has a code. His name's not Richard, but Peter Mon has a code. Use code Peter. Others have codes. But look, if you're worried about it, there's other ways to it. There's other ways. There's other ways. There's other ways. Oh, yeah. Chat, I'm living. So 50 was her business's little blue pill. Apparently. So esthetician. So now we've learned more. I saw med spa and I assumed this was the doctor. This is not the doctor. Absolutely, Allie, go get you a Ringo. It's fine. No need for needles. If you don't know what the Ringo is, the Leonard's After Dark episode will fill you in. It's not the drummer, but it's also the drummer, but it's not the drummer. All right, let's go. The photo defendant took with 52 years prior was used as part of a thumbnail image that appears anytime the article is shared or posted online. Well, of course, it's had the ever-living fuck clickbaited out of it. The implication was clear. The TSR article and the photo is juxtaposed with an image of a faceless male obtaining a penile enhancement procedure with a euphemistic eggplant emoji covering his exposed groin region, the thumbnail image. So wait, who are they mad at? Are they also mad at the Shade Room? Because the Shade Room's not a defendant here. It's just the business. Okay. Neither defendant nor the Shade Room sought 50's permission to use the photo, let alone in this particular matter. Even if defendants had asked for permission, 50 never would have consented to commercial use of the photo, especially not in this context. You have to pay. If you want to use a celebrity endorser, you have to pay. Not only were 50's image and name linked to a sexual enhancement treatment he never had. Let's make that clear.
He never had.
This is the point of this whole lawsuit, by the way. This is the point. But defendant also falsely implied to the Shade Room reporter that 50 was her client for plastic surgery more generally. Oh, what you can't do is imply. The article states that defendant has an extensive clientele of celebrities, including 50 Cent, in the context of discussing plastic surgery. Look, again, no shade, but a client has the right to choose if that information is shared. And if you're not a client, they don't even really have to ask for your permission, but you can't use somebody's name and likeness in this way, especially when they weren't a client. This is not a good look. Defendant and business location were aware that 50 had never received plastic surgery at that location because, as providers of healthcare services, they would have no doubt as to whether an individual is treated by them. Yep. To be abundantly clear,
50 never obtained A, plastic surgery from these defendants, or B, penile enhancement. Never ever. 50's dick is good. Says this lawsuit. I have no personal knowledge. The lawsuit. Damn it.
we're just, isn't this false advertising? Also, yes, it's false advertising. Also, yes. After adding further insult to injury, they've already insulted his penis. After adding further insult to injury, defendants repeatedly shared the article across their various Instagram accounts. Oh no, they doubled down. They just went in. Oh God. They're like, look at what was said about us. Oh dear. In their doing so, the thumbnail image was prominently displayed in almost every public post that defendants shared. Oh boy. Additionally, the captions on defendants' posts contain popular hashtags, as well as company-specific hashtags, which are commonly used to generate greater visibility and reach for the post and, by extension, the company itself. Yes, that's how social media works. I think that's well described. Thank you, attorneys. Well described. Defendants' collective Instagram have nearly 500,000 followers. That's a lot of followers. The photo has therefore been exposed to... It's been exposed to a wide audience of defendants' followers, inevitably leading many of those followers to misconstrue 50's image and name as an endorsement of the business or as verification that he had received the plastic surgery procedures described in the article. Indeed, the comments made on various Instagram posts leave no doubt that the consumers have been misled from repeatedly resharing the photo prior to August 17th, 2022, to reshare the doctor thumbnailed image. I mean, that's what thumbnails are. On numerous occasions since then, defendants opportunistically misappropriated the name and likeness, and that's really going to be a big part of this. He is a celebrity. You can't just use somebody's name and image for advertising. As a result of the ongoing invasion of 50's privacy and his penile privacy, and a violation of his rights to control his own image and name and junk, plaintiff has suffered and continues to suffer irreparable harm from which money damages are inadequate. There is no amount of money that can fix this shit. Therefore, we want the court to do this. An order enjoining defendants from falsely stating that 50's their client, sharing or publicly publishing the photo on social media, electronic media, or any other form of media, and engaging in any other actions that would imply that he supports or endorses them. I would be fucking scared to piss off 50, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you just be like, the person I don't want angry with me is 50? Like, what? The fucking audacity. The fucking audacity. And yes, it is also false advertising. Could they also report this to, I don't know, the FTC? Probably. Is that petty? Yep. Am I here for petty? Yep. I mean, the FTC would probably be like, what you can't do. The FTC probably wouldn't do much about it, but it'd be interesting to get discovery on this and track how much engagement they had on social media and how many more clients they got. Look, here's my suggestion to the med spa. I'm just saying, Def Noodles seems to not be busy. He seems to be throwing that around on social media a lot. So maybe this is an opportunity to work with another type of influencer. Like, I mean, just a suggestion. Just a suggestion. We've talked about that in other streams. Seems to be just putting it out there. 50 doesn't want to put it out there in that way. He's got fuck you money, and what he's going to say is fuck you. Fuck you. All right, let's keep going. Oh, they're trying to disengorge things. Is there ever a better lawsuit? I'm sorry, I keep sidebarring. Is there ever a better lawsuit to disengorge? No. This is not a clawback lawsuit. This is a disengorgement lawsuit. So we're trying to disengorge the impropriety of the false penile enhancement. That's what they are trying to do. They are trying to disengorge this situation. I can't. I'm going to breathe. Okay, let's keep going. Alternatively, plaintiff seeks compensatory damages, treble damages, because it was treble. Nothing but treble. No, I'm teasing. All the damages under the Lantham Act, punitive damages, not punitive damages, punitive damages, and disengorgement of any direct or indirect profits earned by defendants in connection with their use of 50's name and image, attorney's fees, amounts yet to be determined, jurisdictional amount, yay. Jurisdiction, plaintiff is a citizen of Texas. Where did we file this? Florida. Good. They just went right to where they live. They're like, it's fine. We don't need to sue you where we're at. We're going to come just sue you where you're at. Jurisdiction and venue. We sued them where they're at. So I'm not going to go over jurisdiction too much. They're, diverse plaintiffs. Or diverse parties. It's going to be fine. Statement of facts. Here's the resume of the lawsuit. It's always my favorite part. Sherry B said definitely pumped up about this. Yep. Zoe made an excellent point. The only Dr. 50 Cent works with is Dr. Dre. Duh. Exactly. MZ said all these compelling phallic fallacies. Chat, you are my favorite. Thank you. No, they absolutely, Dawn, they absolutely are not following the penile code. I feel like the penile code has been violated. More than once. Midnight Deary said, I can't take anymore. That's exactly what 50 said, seeing these pictures all over social media. Direct quote. I'm being sarcastic. 50 is a world famous artist and entrepreneur. For over 20 years, 50 has had a multifaceted public-facing career as a celebrated and award-winning rap artist, actor, and producer. In addition to his performing and recording career, he is a seasoned businessman and entrepreneur. He has founded and owns many well-known business ventures, including SMS Audio, Sire Spirits, and SK Energy. He has also hosted a music and comedy festival called Tycoon Fest in Houston, Texas, for almost a decade. Sorry that I'm talking too fast. I'm running out of air. In addition to these businesses, he has leveraged his background into becoming a prolific television producer. As GQ magazine recently noted, he has sold 25 television shows. I didn't know that. Across 9 networks, with more shows actively in production. GQ appropriately dubbed him as an entertainment mogul, having built a TV empire. Ooh, there's a footnote. Oh, that's just the article. How 50 Cent conquered television. I'm going to go read that. I didn't know. Fascinating. Love it. As 50 is both the strategic mind behind these endeavors and their public face, his name, likeness, and image are integral aspects of his various ventures, brand identity, marketing, and strategic initiatives. Yep. His name, likeness, and image, therefore, have immense monetary value. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. He also has a large and devoted fan base from his many years in the entertainment industry. He has 41 million followers on Facebook, 28.2 million on Instagram, and 12.5 million on Twitter. Because of his extensive fan base, his various entertainment and business initiatives receive substantial public attention whenever his activities are mentioned in the media, including when third parties discuss him and his work. That is a, I don't know, positively restrained and brief resume in this lawsuit. It was quick. It just got in and got out. It did its job. I mean, I don't know. Are you left satisfied? I have questions, but it's a brief. We've seen these go on for pages and pages and pages. This one was like, we're coming in like a wrecking ball and then we're out. We're just done. All right. Defendants, according to the website and the LinkedIn profile, defendant is a licensed esthetician, among other professionals titles, and serves as the CEO of the med spa. Showcases the med spa on Instagram, as one does, has a significant Instagram following with approximately 114,000 followers. Well, where are the rest of them then? That's not 500,000, or that's not getting us to 500K. The number of the followers would cause her to be categorized as a mid-tier influencer on Instagram, not the shade. I mean, you're not like an itty bitty influencer, but you're like mid. The shade. Excuse me. The shade. Let's see. Meaning her posts, including photos and videos, make daily impressions on hundreds of thousands of followers and even non-followers via Instagram's Explore page and others sharing the content. Footnote 4. A social media impression is a term of art. We're not going to lawyers explain the interwebs at the moment. The med spa is a multi-office practice surgery provider, a med spa. It describes itself as sweeping out the nation. What are we sweeping out of the nation? Are we trying to sweep ugly out of the nation? What are we doing? Are we saying goodbye to wrinkles? What's happening? What are we sweeping out the nation? I'm confused about this quote. Offering procedures ranging from minimally invasive, such as Botox, to invasive plastic surgeries. Footnote 5. About Us website. We're not linking to their website. Like defendant, the med spa has a large audience on Instagram. The company has at least 4 distinct Instagram accounts, probably for the different locations. 2 of which are specific to the Sunny Isle Beach with 296,000 followers, Las Vegas 40,000. In September, as of September 16th, 2022, all 4, because this just got filed, all 4 med spa accounts have a total of 359,000 followers. Events prior to August 17th. On or about February 1st, while on a trip to the Miami area, 50 appeared to be in the proximity of the med spa. Recognizing 50 as a famous performing artist, defendant asked 50 if he would take a photo with her. As a celebrity who is routinely asked for photos with admiring fans, he consented to taking a photo. That goes no farther. Jackson agreed to having the photo taken with the understanding that defendant, like other fans he has encountered over the course of his 20-plus year career, simply wanted a photograph with him exclusively for private enjoyment. What kind of private enjoyment? It's not going to sound better if they say private use. What kind of private enjoyment? They could have said for non-commercial use. But private enjoyment in this context just sends me in a different direction. Okay. It could have been for non-commercial use, but no. Lawyers, I don't know if you chose this intentionally on purpose, but thank you. And if you didn't, next time, please do. Because thank you. That had to be intentional. The chat is saying 100% intentional. I salute you. Law and Lumber said, just imagine being the associate that got to draft this complaint. The level of immaturity one can have in a suit is just beyond belief. It's delicious. It's just delicious. It's delicious. We love a good lol suit. Look, and that doesn't mean the suit's bad. I'm here for 50. I'm on 50's side. I normally don't take sides out of the gate. I'm here for this. I want 50 to get what he wants out of this. I want him to be satisfied. I want him to feel like he has finished this and just can get a snack and a nap. Like I would like this to be over for him. But he had to get these headlines. Angie said this lawsuit is giving. It sure is. It sure is. The Caterpillar lawsuit's got nothing on 50's penile enhancement. No, lack of penile enhancement. Wait, lack of need for penile enhancement. Yeah. False advertising? So let's keep going. The photos. Yes, we finally get to the photos. On February 1st, 2020, Med Spa under the Sunny Isle Beach handle posted the photo to its public Instagram account. Later on February 3rd, individual defendant posted on their public Instagram account. I love that the lawyers have tried to describe the internet to the court. They have to, but they've done it really well. An Instagram handle is a social media term of art meaning a user's unique username. An Instagram user's handle is distinct from the name associated with their profile, which may be used by multiple users. These are the photos. Where was he? Because this looks like he's in the building. They have a step and repeat. Look, this is the med spa. Thank you, 50 Cent, for stopping by the #1 med spa. Why was he inside? Was he walking by the door and they saw him walking by the door and were like, yo, Fitty? How did this happen? How did this happen? I want to know. I need to know. They reposted the image. Of course they did. But does this insinuate to you, thank you for stopping by the med spa, does this insinuate to you that he was at the med spa? I just want to know. All right, another Instagram account affiliated with the med spa under the handle that posted the photo on December 14th. Then on August 2nd, 2021, yet another Instagram account posted the photo. Defendants posted the photo at least 7 separate times between February 2020 and August 2022, collectively original post. Neither on or about February 1st, 2020, nor at any time thereafter did defendants ask 50 for permission to use the photo or his name for any promotional or commercial use. It seems like he let it go early on. Defendants' use of the photo for promotional and commercial purposes is evidenced by their use of highly visible hashtags, self-promoting language, and the use of the photo on official company accounts. I mean, that's, VIP, facial, laser, power, celeb, med spa, 50 Cent. They tagged him in it. I mean, he would have known. All right, let's keep going. Several of the original posts include high visibility hashtags. Great. Defendants' posts imply without any subtlety that he endorsed the med spa. Did you guys take that away too? That this is like, thank you for stopping by, that this is implying he was there for treatment? Law and Lumber said, was it highly visible before the enhancement or after the enhancement? Oh, and then with him being on the Super Bowl, I wonder if this all kind of popped up again. I wonder if it just, I don't want to say flared up. It became engorged. The situation became engorged. The implication that Jackson himself received plastic surgery is even more obvious given the med spa has posted photos of other celebrities who were not their clients, such as YouTuber Lily Pons and musician Bandman Kevo. What? And included a disclaimer in the caption stating not our client. Oh, okay. Let's see. Bandman Kevo shows off his recent liposuction results. Yes, it's true. Man got lipo. Who is typing this? Man get lipo as well. Man, not men, man. Not our client. How we feel about man getting surgery. We think he has phenomenal results. Who is writing this caption? What is this? Also, I don't care if you get lipo. Not our client. Okay, great. Let's see. How we feel about this transformation, not our client. Plastic surgery transfer. Wait a second. What? They are using a picture from a million years ago in terrible lighting. What in the ever-loving fuckery is happening with this photo? But they do say, not our client. Okay. Indeed, a commentator noted on the photo February 3rd, 2020, that the photo implied Jackson was compensated to take the photo as if he were a paid promoter. She paid him LOL. I did? Duh, promotion isn't free. And then she responds, you clearly have a lot to learn. I don't need to pay for advertisement. My business is booming. Oh boy. Oh. That makes it worse. That makes it worse. You clearly have a lot to learn. I don't need to pay for advertisement. Doubling down on the fact that it's an advertisement. That makes it worse. Doesn't that make it worse? That makes it worse for me. All right, let's see. Other commentators expressed the misguided belief that he had undergone plastic surgery. Comments on the February 1st, 2020, March 11th, 2020, February 22, 2021 post under the handle that include eyes. Was he there for a booty butt lift? I'm nosy. What'd he get? Did he get lipo? He be getting work done? Defendants did nothing to set the record straight and clarify the implication of their post. Oh, it just keeps getting worse for them. Did he call and book under 50 Cent or Curtis Jackson? Always wonder about things like that. And then they just put a laughing face. I'm nosy. What did they get? They responded with a kissy face. They didn't respond with nothing, not our client, just was in the neighborhood. No. Oh boy. Wait, where's the one about the booty lift? Because I see that in the comments, but I'm not seeing that in the screenshots. Eyes. Eyeball. The fact that they got the emoji into this lawsuit so well, the associates at this firm are doing their work. Well done. Thank you for a drop shadow. You know, we love a drop shadow when you put something into a lawsuit. We love the formatting. We love the emojis. Made it not just into the sentence, but like perfectly aligned. Glorious. Glorious. Let's see. In addition to posting the photo using defendant's social media, defendant falsely implied in an article published by the blog Daniel and Lauren on May 7th, 2022. Hey, May 7th is my birthday. That Jackson was defendant's plastic surgery client, footnote 7. Angela's clientele includes a list of notable figures such as Flo Rida, not Florida, by the way, Flo Rida, Flo Rida, Florida, 50 Cent, Cardi B, and a few others that remain confidential. Wait, did Cardi, how is Cardi involved in all of this? This is perfect. We're talking about Cardi next. It's like I planned it. I didn't, but it's like I planned it. Oh boy. Let's see. Here's the photos. Want to experience the med spa firsthand? Check out the med spa. And then they've got photos of people with, well, there's heads cut off on that one. We can't tell, but there's the 50 photo. And then they link the stories. Also shared a photo with Ebby magazine for their article covering her and her business, footnote 9. And here's the photos. Great. In this photo, she looks like Jennifer from Real Housewives of New Jersey. Is it just me? Is it the black and white photo? Is it just me? By the way, I love the drop shadow. It makes it so much easier. I love it. I love it. How is Flo Rida a part of this? I know. How did Cardi B not stay out of this? Everybody got in. Everybody got in. The Shade Room publishes the article with the photo giving rise to the false implication that 50 received sexual enhancement surgery from defendants. On August 17th, 2022, I mean, not long before this was filed, a popular news and celebrity gossip media outlet centered on the Black community published an exclusive article titled Penis enhancements are more popular than ever, and BBLs are dying out. Cosmetic surgery CEO defendant speaks on it. Footnote 10, and then they link it. And do you see? They're hyperlinked. They're hyperlinked. This is uh-oh. It's definitely not there anymore. Definitely not there anymore. Oh boy. That's a 404. We're out. We took it immediately down. I wonder when that went down. I did. Whatever. Yep. Because this was filed September 16th, so I'm not surprised. I'm sure they have a copy. Immediately following the statement that, quote, more men are getting plastic surgery down there than ever before, the Shade Room reporter Matthew McNulty quoted defendant as saying that she has an extensive clientele of celebrities, including ellipses 50 Cent. I want to know what's in the rest of the quote. Yeah, the Shade Room was like, let us out of it. Nope. I'm sure the attorneys have this all saved everywhere. On or around August 17th, the Shade Room tweeted a link to the article on Twitter. The thumbnail image used for the article, which was in plain view of the tweet, consists of a doctored version of the photo juxtaposed with a close-up. Okay, we'll just go to that. Let's see. Where's the picture? There's the picture. I mean, what image does that give you? More men are getting surgery down there than ever before, and BBLs are fading away. The CEO of leading med spa for celebrities in South Florida dishes on the latest surgery trends with the Shade Room. What does that leave that impression for you? I want to know. You let me know. And then she comments on it. Thank you, the Shade Room, for the feature. The article itself reads as a long-form ad for the defendants rather than bona fide journalism. Yeah, it seems like that's what it is. Sure. The article is focused exclusively on her and her med spa. It prominently states that defendants have numerous celebrity clients, but with a specific evidence on 50, whose photo appears twice despite the fact that he never received plastic surgery from defendants.
Never.
The chat's asking the important questions, but why was he inside there? I don't know. How did he get in? I don't know. Why did he go in through the doors? I don't know. I don't know how he got, they didn't say how he got in, but he's clearly in because the step and repeat was behind him. Oh boy. Here's more. At the moment, we are seeing a major shift in men getting plastic surgery. She said, men have really stepped up and are getting way more surgery than we think. Leave the men alone. Let them get surgery. Or we just all stop reverse aging. Maybe. All right, let's see. The article concludes with one last promotional push. Those interested in a consult with Dr. Defendant, it says doctor, the first and only plastic surgery in Sunny Isles, can do so by filling out a form here. Oh, they linked the website. Great. She spills the tea. They linked the website. Great. It didn't say that she was an MD, though. I'm very confused. It said she was an esthetician, amongst other things. Maybe they left it out. After the article was published, defendant posted a video on her public Instagram account that scrolled through the article. The video begins with a lingering still image of the thumbnail. The thumbnail image is the first graphic appears in the video. I'm sure it's a reel. And the image is visible from the grid of the profile 13. By using the thumbnail image as a primary asset on their post after August 17th, 2022, defendants are intentionally directing viewers to read the article. The thumbnail images are often hyperlinked to the article in question, sending the viewer directly to the article in question. At a minimum, if a thumbnail image is not hyperlinked, the viewer is indirectly encouraged to seek out the article. All right. On the same day, the med spa acted in lockstep with defendant, posting the same video with a substantially similar caption, which included even more hashtags. The reception, since defendants have repeatedly posted the thumbnail image on their social media accounts, defendant has been subject to lewd, lascivious, and sexually objectifying comments from members of the public who wrongly believe that he has undergone penile enhancement. I mean, we're not going to get into the back and forth of lyrics of music and whether those sexually objectify people. We're not doing that today. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that he has undergone lewd, lascivious, and sexually objectifying comments from members of the public. Additionally, other media outlets and publications have subsequently reshared the contents of the original article. As a result of it, oh boy, I see a lot of emoji. Oh, we're getting into the emoji, folks. Let's go deep. As the result of defendants' misappropriation of 50's name and image, commenters on defendants' posts have amplified the impression that 50 endorsed defendants and he himself had undergone penile enhancement. On MedSpa's August 17th post under the handle that, one commentator crudely posted, "Call him 50-inch." The internet's crude, y'all. Show me your shocked faces. No, we can't. We can't in this. We can't show shocked faces in this context. Nope. Nope. On the same post, another commentator posted at 50 Cent, "Can I see the before and after pics?" They're just asking the questions people want answers to. They're just asking the questions people want answers to. But it also goes to show that people were misled. People thought that this was going on. Lawn Lumber said, "Oh my God, imagine the depositions. Can I get admitted pro hog Vice pretty please?" We need lawyer on this immediately. Can you jump into the legal team, lawyer? We need the inside scoop. Call him 50-inch at 50 Cent. Can I see the before and after pics? Similar comments can be found on the August 17th post, such as, did 50 see this? I don't think he gonna like that. So his audience knows. His audience knows he's not gonna love this post. Wait, 50 got this done or what? Question mark with what emoji is this? This is the oh my emoji. Can we call it the oh my emoji? Oh my. Oh my. Why they got 50 Cent up here talking about eggplant enlargement. Laughing face emoji. At other handle, what work did 50 Cent get? And then they asked her, given the posts that are still live and publicly available, they can continue to mislead consumers. Footnote 14 and 15. The @ symbol before an Instagram user's handle creates a direct hyperlink to the specific user's account. Using the @ symbol to generate this hyperlink to an individual's account is referred to as tagging or adding someone, not but adding someone. Additionally, depending on the user's personalized settings, the person being tagged will typically receive a notification that they were tagged in a comment. 15, the Instagram handle this belongs to this person who is, oh, it's 50's girlfriend. I didn't know that. Jamira Haynes, who is 50's girlfriend. The Instagram handle 50 Cent belongs to 50 Cent. So they're adding his girlfriend on these posts to ask about his eggplant? Rude.
Rude.
Rude. Sorry, my nose is being rude at the moment. Rude. All right, they go back into the sharing the images. They go back into the Shade Room article, the thumbnail of the article, that this defendants did so to benefit themselves financially and in the face of their audience at the expense of 50's reputation and dignity. And then we get into the counts. Right of publicity, unauthorized misappropriation of name and likeness. Yeah. I think, yeah. Common law invasion of privacy against all defendants. I would need to look at Florida more, maybe. Violation of the Lanham Act, false endorsement against all defendants. We love it. We love this. Go after the false endorsement. It generally creates that impression, doesn't it? Let's see. Violation of the Lanham Act, false advertising against all defendants. I mean, conversion against all defendant. Look, that shit's not yours. You converted business on false promises. Unjust enrichment, unjust enhancement of your business, man. Unjust enhancement of your business against all defendants. Defendants' conduct warrants punitive damages, not penile damages, punitive Punish it. Not like smack it daddy punish it, but like, you can't do this. Don't do it again. Like, this is not good. This is not good. Let's see. Prayer for relief. Knock it the fuck off. Pay us. Pay our attorney's fees. Take it down. Apologize publicly. And that is a lawsuit that we will be following at length. We're gonna ride this one to the end. I have to stop. We're just gonna go on and on and on with it. No, I'm gonna stop making jokes. I feel for 50 in this one. Look, I think that we are going to see more celebrity lawsuits because how else do you protect your reputation in the internet age? It used to be that this stuff would maybe get into a tabloid that would maybe get delivered to a number of people's homes. There is no limit to how many people might see falsities like this. It's why we saw Depp v. Heard. It's why we saw Cardi B sue Tasha K. It's why we're seeing 50 Cent sue here. How do you protect your reputation without lawsuits? And we are going to see more. The age of the celebrity lawsuit is upon us. More law firms like this one, they did a great job. Who is this? Ackerman LLP. Of course it is. Let's see. So Ackerman LLP, well done. We appreciate you. We appreciate the drop shadow, the emoji, the inline editing, the easy storytelling. Great lawsuit. Well written. We could just get to the meat of it, and we just understood the tragedy in all of it. But I get it. I understand. I don't know how they defend this other than saying we weren't advertising. So I think we'll see it. I think we'll see more of it. And I think we're going to continue to see celebrities having to say, this is damaging my reputation. And we heard, look, whatever you think of Cardi B, fine. But we saw Cardi B's testimony at how the online harassment affected her mental health. Do I think that this necessarily affected 50's mental health? Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't say. He's not suing for those causes of actions. But he gets paid to endorse things. He gets to choose what his name, likeness, and image are connected to. Being connected to something that you don't endorse and that you didn't do, how do you defend against that on the internet? So, Hogue Law with the win. Yeah, this firm didn't leave anything just hanging there. They really trimmed the bush away and got until the argument stood up on its own. Yeah, the argument's firmly made and at attention. We have to talk about Cardi B. We're covering this lawsuit forever. Thank you for the lawyers in the chat that are also enjoying a little bit of lightheartedness, because at the end of the day, do I think this is financially damaging to 50 Cent? No. Do I think he is entitled to this lawsuit? Yes. Do I think that he has strong claims based on what we've seen? Yes. Do I think that this business should immediately back away from this and be like, I am so sorry, let's fix it? Yes. Do I think they probably sent cease and desist on this before? Probably not. This is when you just smack it. It's just like, fuck you, we're suing, because you need the headlines. This is part PR. They need the headlines that 50 Cent, because he very much wants to make clear.
He did not have penile enhancement. Did not. Make it clear.
The same way Nike did. So this is part PR, part lawsuit. I think it'll probably resolve pretty quickly. How does it not? How does it not just finish? I don't know. We'll see. All right. We're going to talk about Cardi B. Cardi B's going after that cash. Cardi B's going after the cash. We've been in like an hour. This was supposed to be a quick bit, and I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. Sometimes, man, the law can be real heavy. We needed something a little fluffier. All right. Let us talk about Cardi B going after Tasha K. How many of you followed this lawsuit? A number of you did. Where are my documents? Hold on. We got Emily. Grab your documents first before you swoop. WAP. We are professionals here. That's perfect as we're talking about Cardi. We are professionals here. There we go. Let's talk about Cardi B and Tasha K. Let's go. All right. So if you followed the Cardi B Tasha K case, I talked about it a little bit. Defamation lawsuit went to trial in front of a jury. Tasha K is a YouTuber that said a bunch of shit about Cardi B. Cardi B's like, that shit's not true. And here we go. She won Cardi B won over $3 million against Tasha K and her company. And now, she's going after that cash. Tasha K filed notice of appeal. I have not seen the appeal yet. When we see the appeal, we will get to it. But for now, this is something you guys have asked about in the Depp v. Heard case. Are we attaching property? What is going on? Are we going after the money? Cardi B is. Cardi B is like, hey, baby, you got my money. Don't you worry. She's going after that cash. So she has won a lawsuit. She has gotten a judgment. The judgment has been perfected, and now she is trying to attach the property of YouTuber Tasha K and her business. Let's just go through all of these documents. There's a bunch of them. Most of them are pretty short. All right. Northern District of Georgia. You are hereby commanded that of the goods and chattels, lands and tenements in your district belonging to Cardi B, you cause to be made and levied as well as a debt of $3.3 million. In the United States District Court, Northern District, Georgia, before the judge of this court, the judge lately recovered against the said defendant, Tasha K. So this is your official writ of execution. We are coming after your lands and chattels to go after the money that was won. This is the one over the business. We're just going to go bit by bit here. This is the one for the business, over $2 million. There was some joint and several liability. I'm not going to get deeply into joint and several liability today, but the business owed part of it. Cardi B owed part of it. Or not Cardi B. Tasha K owed part of it as an individual. Cardi B, I'm telling you, I have not had enough sleep. Tasha K as an individual owes part of it. Tasha K's company is jointly and severally liable for part of it. So it's like Tasha K and the business are separate entities. But also. All right. Next document, defendant's motion for stay pending appeal. So this gets filed. The other two get filed by Cardi. They're coming after attaching property. Wait, there was a motion. Hold on. This is not the next one in order. Let me find the next one in order. Nope, that is the next one in order. So Cardi files the two writs of execution. We're coming for your property, your home, your bag, all of it, money. They can attach earnings from YouTube. They can attach earnings from anywhere you're earning money. They are coming for the money. Now, this is Tasha K and her attorneys for her and her business saying, but could we not though? Defendant's motion for stay pending appeal. We heard a lot of comments about stay pending appeal in the Depp Heard case. Is Amber Heard going to pay a bond for a stay pending appeal or not? Let's get into it. On July 19th, this court entered a final judgment in favor of plaintiffs. Defendants filed timely notice of appeal. Even though the language of Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 62 seems to suggest that appellants must always post a supersedis bond in order to obtain a stay on appeal, case law establishes that the district court has discretion as to the amount of the bond and in some instances, whether to order the posting of any at all. They are going to, this is my supposition, ask the court to allow them for a stay and then not post a bond in the amount of appeal. The bond is generally the amount of the judgment and more, because you've got different amounts of interest depending on the jurisdiction. This is a federal case. If a judgment is a lien on the judgment debtor's property, under the law of the state where the court is located, the judgment debtor is entitled to the same stay of execution a state court would give. In Georgia, a judgment is a lien on the property of a judgment debtor. Under Georgia law, unless a motion by appellee is filed, the notice of appeal, quote, shall serve as a supersedis upon payment of all costs in the trial court by the appellant and shall not be necessary that a bond in other form of security be filed. The defendants have paid the costs in the trial, so they're saying, hey, we filed the appeal, we shouldn't have to do anything else. The defendants have paid the cost in the trial court, and because they would be entitled to a stay upon appeal without having to post a bond, if the appeal has been filed in the state court, pursuant to FRCP 62F, the defendants are entitled to a stay pending appeal. So they're asking the court to stay this pending appeal without them having to pay a bond, because they're saying the state rule is that once you pay all the court fees and appeal, you don't have to pay a bond. Please don't take my money while we're pending appeal. They then filed, they Tasha K and Company filed a motion for denial of the application for writ of execution, which is going to be kind of same. On August 30th, 2022, plaintiffs served the garnishment documents at JP Morgan Chase Bank. Oh, they're trying to garnish the account. Wait, we're going to get more tea in here. Okay. Defendants also paid all costs of appeal July 29th, 2022. On August 23rd, plaintiff filed a garnishment action against both defendants in the state court of DeKalb County. Case number, we're going to have to pull that. On August 30th, plaintiff served the garnishment documents at the JP Morgan Chase Bank. They're trying to attach and garnish her bank account. On September 1st, plaintiff applied for the writ of execution against both Tasha K personally and the company. Argument. Proceedings in aid of execution are governed by Georgia law, even when the underlying action is federal. Fine. Defendants filed a notice of appeal and paid all costs of appeal. On the 10th day of the mandatory stay imposed, the filing automatically acted as the supersedis bond under Georgia law, immediately staying all attempts by plaintiff to execute the judgment. So they're saying state law mandates that you can't attach the bank accounts. You can't go after other property. Cardi B has something to say about it, though. Plaintiff's brief in response to defendant's motion in support. Plaintiff Cardi B respectfully submits this motion, asks the court to deny the defendant's motion. The deny is that, hey, you shouldn't stay it. We're going to go get that money. We're going to get that money. Background: on July 19th, 2022, the court issued an amended judgment in this case, which incorporates the jury's verdict in the amount of $3,863,753.47. Plaintiff sought to execute on the judgment on September 1st. We're going to get your cash. Argument: a stay of execution requires an appropriate bond. Back to the FRCP 62 governs defendant's request. Defendants nevertheless argue that they are entitled to a stay without providing a bond pursuant to Rule 62F, which provides, quote, apologize the nose. I am very congested at the moment. If a judgment is a lien on the judgment debtor's property under the law of the state where the court is located, the judgment debtor is entitled to the same stay of execution the state court would give. The law of the state that defendants rely on is twofold. Oh, it's like they left part of it out. Weird. See, when you leave out part of what was said and don't give the court the whole thing, then it's kind of disingenuous. Look, if the entire thing supports your position, great, but just leaving out a part of it isn't going to help. It's disingenuous. Defendants cite Georgia Rule 9-12-80, which provides, quote, all judgments obtained in the superior courts, magistrate courts, or other courts of this state shall be of equal dignity, and shall bind all the property of the defendant in the judgment, both real and personal, from the date of the judgment, except as otherwise provided by the code. Some courts in this district have interpreted this code section to mean that a judgment debtor in Georgia federal court is entitled to the same stay of execution that a Georgia state court would give. The language of the rule does not necessarily dictate that result because under the prevailing view, 62F is limited to situations where a judgment creditor is only required to perform mere ministerial acts to transform the judgment into a lien. Therefore, whether Rule 62 applies may depend on the nature of Georgia's other requirements for acquiring a lien. So now they're going deeper into the law saying, hey, that's just the surface. There's more. But wait, there's more. This court need not weigh in on the issue because a stay of execution would be warranted under either federal or state law if an appropriate supersedis bond is provided. They then go on to cite more Georgia law. And here we get to the language that we see in other states as well. Under this code section, a notice of appeal filed in state court in Georgia acts as an automatic stay on execution of judgment. However, upon motion by the appellee, the court shall require a bond. Well, that's important shit. You can't just leave that part out. It acts as a bond unless the plaintiff asks for a bond. That's the important part. That's why I like reading these both together, because you get both sides. It's like, no, it automatically acts as a bond. And they're like, yeah, it automatically acts as a bond until we ask for a bond. Once we ask as a bond, it doesn't count. Upon motion by the appellee, which is what we're getting, the court shall require a bond or other form of security. Shall, not may. Shall. Shall means will. Shall means must. Shall does not mean may. Shall means shall. When the courts use shall, you do it. Shall. Once the appellee moves for the bond, it is entitled to that bond, and the court's discretion on that question of whether a bond is necessary vanishes. Thus, even assuming Rule 62F applies, defendant's request for a stay would still be subject to the bond requirement. And the chat has been saying that Tasha K has been talking about not paying it and not having money to pay it. I imagine they would show those clips to the court and be like, we need the bond. She says she's not going to pay and has said that on the internet. Doesn't have the ability to pay, isn't going to pay. Freeze the accounts, Your Honor. Force them to put up a bond. As for the mechanism of obtaining a stay, if Rule 62F is triggered, let's not trigger the rules. I'm teasing. The procedural rules for obtaining a stay and requiring a bond continue to be governed by the FRCP under the Erie Doctrine. And then they went through that doctrine. Plaintiff is entitled to a bond for the full amount of the amended judgment. Oh boy. It is defendant's burden to demonstrate why this court should deviate from the usual requirement of a full security bond, meaning they have to put up the full amount. Wait, there's a footnote that I missed. The purpose of the bond is to preserve the status quo while protecting the non-appelling party's rights pending appeal. Cardi B, not appealing. The bond secures the prevailing party against any loss sustained as a result of being forced to forego execution on a judgment during the course of an ineffectual appeal. If you lose, you get your money. The purpose is for its judgment to be protected from non-satisfaction, meaning not, can't get, no. We don't want Cardi B to be unsatisfied, y'all. Non-satisfaction means not paying the judgment. The purpose is for its judgment to be protected from non-satisfaction in the event the appellant has insufficient assets to satisfy the judgment when the judgment is affirmed on appeal, because generally appeals get lost. Let's look at the footnote. Footnote 3, what does it go to? Ineffectual appeal, footnote 3. This is more than a hypothetical concern in this case. During the litigation, Tasha K bragged publicly that she had taken steps to insulate herself from a judgment, and then they listed it. And there have been recent online reports that Tasha K moved from Georgia to avoid enforcement of the judgment. See, Marty Browser ran off on the plug. Tasha K allegedly moves to Africa to escape $4 million owed to Cardi B. And then there is a Yahoo article linked to that. Oh boy. They're like, look, we think she has moved out of the country to avoid judgment, Your Honor. Bond is warranted. And that's why we are attaching or trying to attach the accounts. Likewise, Georgia law requires a judgment debtor to show good cause for a bond less than the whole amount. Good cause is not just because you can't pay it or don't want to. They go into the law on that. Plaintiff respectfully requests the court to require the bond in the amount of $3.8 million plus. This is going to continue to fight. But you know what? This is what we're going to see. We're going to see Cardi B continue to fight to get her money. What do you think? Do you think that Cardi B should keep fighting? I think she should. So, I think she should. She won. She's entitled to it. And if you've got the person that you beat in court continuing to be like, I don't have to pay, on the internet, it would be annoying as fuck. I can see why she's trying to go after it. Plaintiff's brief in response to defendant's motion and in support of the bond. Plaintiff respectfully submits this brief in response. I don't know if we need much more. Let's see if there's anything in here we need. We kind of went through the stay of execution. We went through the law on it. We went through the footnotes. We went through the mechanisms. Yeah, we don't need to go through this one. Let's see what the next one is. Plaintiff's motion for bond. This is just, hey, we're making the motion for the bond. Here's a certificate of service. Here's the proposed order for the court. This was just filed on September 16th. There has not been an order yet, but I will be very interested to see what the court does. I think there is a good chance that Cardi B gets a bond granted in this case against Tasha K. So with that, we've got one more thing to do, and then we're getting to Q&A. Look, we're trying to move quickly, y'all. We're trying to move quickly. We've got one more. We got a little derailed over 50 Cent, but that's okay. It was needed. Let's talk about Erika Girardi real quick. Let me pull that up. Am I ready to pull it up? No. Is my nose now dripping? Yes. Is that too much information? Probably. But anyone who has sinus stuff knows exactly what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. All right. Let's go through this minute order and order real quick with Erika Girardi. Let me just swoop. First of all, I did not watch last night's episode of Housewives yet. I'm sorry. I haven't. I am going to. But the ongoing plethora of litigation against Erika Girardi is starting to tailor down a little bit. And with that, it is this one case that has been dismissed. Will there be others? Maybe. Will we get to them when they come up? Yes. This is a motion for summary judgment. So they went through initial litigation. They went through the motions to dismiss. Then they get to a motion for summary judgment. The motion for summary judgment is the parties saying the court, look, on the law, you literally can't do this. There are no grounds. No grounds. Chat, you're killing me. Coffee Buzz said, I need to know if there's a video of Emily and Zach Peters singing karaoke WAP. Not that's going to be seen. We're going to get to Hot Cider next. We got derailed with the 50 Cent situation. We did. And I love it. And I'm here for all of it. Jenna said, I don't know what you heard about me, but my P hasn't had surgery.
I don't know what you heard about me.
Chat. This is why I'm a streamer. Chat is bae, and chat gives me life. Everybody needed a minute to just have a giggle. All right. Minute order, Erika Girardi. So, okay, let me back up real quick. This is over lawyers who were co-counsel with Tom Girardi are suing Girardi Keys, Erika's company, over the fact that they didn't get paid fees as co-counsel. They cannot move forward on the part over Girardi and Girardi Keys because why? Bankruptcy. So they can't move forward on that. By the way, I have seen clips of a content creator who I have no idea who they are trying to say, cease and desist. I declare a cease and desist. It's not like bankruptcy. Well, no, it is like bankruptcy in that you can't just declare it with words. You have to have paper and do things. So because of the bankruptcy, that part is stayed. The court went through the summary judgment and said, as a matter of law, you co-counsel cannot go after Erika Girardi, wife of Tom Girardi, non-attorney, didn't work at Girardi Keys, for the fees that you didn't get paid. She doesn't owe you a duty. She doesn't owe you anything. And in fact, co-counsels don't owe each other a fiduciary duty in California. So good luck. All right. Let us continue with the minute order. Nature of proceedings. Court order regarding stipulation and order. I like that they're just using shorthand. Order for dismiss of second amended complaint with prejudice. With prejudice means you cannot do it again. It done. You done. As Nicole Byer says, you done. Dismissal of second amended complaint with prejudice by plaintiffs, Philip R. Sheldon and the law offices of Philip R. Sheldon, as to defendants, Erika Girardi and EJ Global, LLC. The court reads and considers stipulation and order. The court signs and files the order on this date. The court orders Erika Girardi and EJ Global in the amended second complaint filed by Philip R. Sheldon et al. On 7/21/2021, dismissed with prejudice. So not just Erika. There was a stipulation. Not just Erika, but also EJ Global. So after they lost the summary judgment, it seems that the law offices of Philip R. Sheldon, one of the plaintiffs, said, I'm done. And we're not going to keep going after Erika or her company. The following events are vacated, hearing for motion of judgment on the pleadings by defendant EJ Global. So there was another motion pending with the company because Erika had already won the summary judgment. So The court further issues the following order on the court's own motion. The hearing on ex parte application by plaintiff Robert P. Finn to reconsider the order granting summary judgment as to the second amended cause of action for financial elder abuse scheduled for 9/22/2022 and final status conference scheduled for 9/22/2022 are advanced to this date and continued to 9/29 at 9/29/2022. Certificate of mailing is attached. There are still things happening with plaintiff Finn, but plaintiff Sheldon is done with Erika Girardi and EJ Global. So it is a win for Erika to be dismissed more out of this suit. Is it as big of a win as she is making it appear on the show? This is one of many lawsuits against her. This lawsuit, I personally think, never had much of a chance. This is co-counsel to Tom Girardi trying to go after his wife when she doesn't owe them a duty. Different than other things. So let's look at the notice of entry of judgment. And if you guys want more of a deep dive into this, there's a lot of other stuff going on. The tax collectors are still going after Erika. They have raised the amount that they're looking for in the bankruptcy. There's so much more going on, but this is just a quick bit of what's going on with Erika because it is a win for her, and she has been talking about it being a win. Is it as big of a win as she thinks it is? It's one lawsuit done that she doesn't have to deal with, as to at least one plaintiff. So Sheldon is done. It seems that Finn is still in this. Let's see. Exhibit A. Proposed order granting defendant Erika's motion for summary judgment. This is now finalized. We had the tentative order first. This is the finalized order that has been dismissed. Mr. Girardi's motion for summary judgment is granted, and that judgment in favor of Mr. Girardi against plaintiffs, all plaintiffs, shall be entered according to this form. That is granted with prejudice. The court finds there are no triable issues of material fact, and that Girardi is entitled to a judgment. That's done. So Erika is out of all of this. To everybody. There is a motion pending as to her company. This is the tentative ruling that we've already gone over. And then there's another motion as to the company. I imagine that the other plaintiff will also yeet out of it. Let's see. Judgment is hereby entered in favor of defendant Erika Girardi against plaintiffs' law offices of Sheldon, Philip Sheldon, law offices of Finn, Robert Finn, and each of them. Plaintiff shall take nothing on their second amendment complaint against Mr. Girardi, which is dismissed with prejudice. It cannot be brought back. There are no costs, though. But there's going to be a memorandum and application for cost for the judgment. She's going to go after them for attorney's fees, and she should. And she probably will win, actually, on attorney's fees because there is no tribal issue of law. And the California rule that there is no fiduciary duty between lawyers should have stopped them from going after her. Truthfully, it maybe wasn't the best decision, and it seems like Sheldon is walking away. The other plaintiff is not walking away. So we will see what happens with defendant Finn. There are others in here that they're going after, including David Lira, the son-in-law. But with that, I think we should we just get to questions? I feel like we should just get to questions. Let's see. Melinda, wait, I'm going to star this. We're going to get to this question. Let's get to questions. I have questions. You have questions. It's time to FAQ around and find out. I'm also going to blow my nose. So we're going to do that too. Do y'all need to see me blow my nose? No, you don't. Let's get to questions. I'll pull up some more documents if we need them. Right now, I don't think we do. I'm going to make my screen a little bit bigger. You don't need to know the behind the scenes stuff. You're like, Emily, why are you telling us this? Well, because I can read the questions better. And then I will be looking in a different place. This 2-screen setup, so glorious. So glorious. So we're going to get to super chats and questions and all of the things. Joy, Emily, will you marry me? Joy, I am taken. I appreciate the very kind offer. Been married for 20 years, like how that's going. Can't get into more. So was that the blowing nose music? No, that was the FAQ around and find out music. Does 50 Cent have the real Picasso? Final Frontier. Maybe that's where the Picasso is. Maybe 50 has the missing Picasso. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. Question, did it not say in 50's complaint that he was indeed a client along? No, it said that the article said he was. It didn't say that he was. It said that the article alleged that he was. Question, if I'm guessing that's an is, WB possibly facing ramifications with Discovery Plus issues with YouTube? Donna, I don't know what Discovery Plus issues there are with YouTube. This is just kind of in general, when I am traveling for events particularly, I really am not on the internet very much. I am with the people who are there in person and love being with the people in person. So that's what I was doing most of the time I was traveling. I did the premiere of our video yesterday. I have not checked in a ton. I've been in my text messages and keeping work stuff going, but I really try not to just be on the internet. So I don't know what's going on. I will take a look and see what's going on now that I'm home for 4 seconds. Question, what's happening with Rust? Rust was going to be next week's podcast. We might have to do another 2-topic next week because there has been a bunch of motions. Well, not a bunch. There's been a motion to dismiss a number of parties in one of the lawsuits. So we'll go into that. Question, why is the judgment against Tasha K just for the full amount and not the full amount plus interest like Depp heard? Does it differ by jurisdiction? They're not asking for interest, and I will be interested to see if they need to, but they're not. The jurisdiction might not require judgment plus interest. So that would be a big part of it. I should also say, because I haven't said this whole time, there's over 6,000 of you here. Do the YouTubey things, the likey, subscribey things. Hogue Law is catching me up to date. Discovery Plus was content ID'd YouTube channels, including ones whose content they used. Oh, I'm not surprised by that. That's probably bots. Hopefully they don't fight it. The problem is it still takes 30 days because that's just a flag on the system. I had that happen. Do you guys remember when it was a while ago, I did an ad spot for a streaming service, and the streaming service required me under our contract to use a clip of the show that they were promoting at the time. And my video got flagged, even though I had an agreement with the company because they paid me to do a spot. My video got flagged. I was so annoyed. It took 30 days to resolve because it's not the company flagging it. They have a content ID company that's auto flagging it. So with that, question, is Tasha K's YouTube channel considered property that can be claimed? I think the wages can be garnished. I don't know if they would consider the channel property, but I think the wages coming from the channel can be, for sure. So let's see. I've got some super chats to get to, and we're going to go back and forth. Oh, I should have just started with the super chats. This is referring to what we were just talking about. Did you hear Popcorn Planet got a copyright strike? Was it a strike or a claim? I would need to look. For showing his own content that they put in the documentary. I didn't know that. Don't plan on watching, which is completely fine. I know that Popcorn Planet was in part 2 of the documentary. I'm in part 1 of the documentary. But again, with the content ID system, it is an auto flag, and showing anything off of a streaming service onto YouTube is probably going to get it flagged. I would be curious if it's a claim, not a strike. Strikes are definitely more damaging to a channel. So I'd be interesting. I will absolutely go ahead and look at that. So now that I'm home, if you ever consider doing Coffee and Cursey Words tour, I would totally buy a ticket and attend in a city near me for what it's worth. I will consider doing, because I've done one podcast recording live. I would absolutely consider it and do podcast recordings live. I know people enjoy it. We will see. Louise Lemon said, this is about 50 Cent. I think most men don't play, but it's like a black man don't play. They take that personally. 50 seems to have taken it very personally, and I don't blame him. Matt, the future ESQ, hello. Hi, Emily, love you and the mods. Did you see last Friday night, the game Wizard 101 got hacked and some person was posting inappropriate messages in their server notification system? What legal actions can the devs levy? This sounds like a perfect topic for Hogue Law. I did not see that. I don't know the game Wizard 101. And it would depend on how it was hacked and going after it that way. But that is a perfect topic for Hogue Law, for a virtual legality. So I will point you to Hogue's system, to Hogue's channel for that. Moon Magic Mayhem said, law pervs unite. Down with EDB. Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Thank you for the super chat, Rob. Do you want to be like 50 Cent? Well, how would you like to grow your by 50 millimeters? See, it writes itself. Vivica A. Fox came to his defense, which I love. I will have to go look. In honor of Emily, Rob, and Rick making us laugh so hard, much needed levity today. Sometimes we just need the streams to not be so serious. And sometimes the law can just be funny. Look, I love it when the law gets to be funny. This is the kind of thing I would have died for in law school. What percentage did they claim 50's penis was enlarged? Paul, you're asking the important questions. They did not, after we got through that lawsuit, seem to claim a specific percentage. Joe Mendoza said, I must say, I love how the exhibits are right under the reference paragraphs. Yes, they are so well aligned and clear. Kudos to them. They did a great job. Well drafted. I would recommend that lawsuit. It's easy to read, well drafted, clear and concise, and they got a little bit cheeky with it. Someone needs to give the young associate and paralegal at the firm a raise because they are showing how to file lawsuits involving social media and emoji so smoothly. They did a great job. I sense an Eminem diss on 50's behalf. I mean, maybe. Did you see Brad Pitt is being sued by the new owner of the winery? No. I'm going to put it on the list, though, to get to for podcast next month. I love that winery lawsuit. Emily, get a travel humidifier. Marissa, here's the funny thing. I have one. I was packing for such a quick trip. I was like, I'll be fine. I'm not. Or run the shower bed so the room steams up. All hotel rooms are dry. I know. This one just got me. Question off topic, but can you look into why the El Paso, Texas DA is having issues with the judge on Walmart and why it keeps getting postponed? I have no idea what that case is about. I have no idea what that case is about. I have no idea why the DA is involved with Walmart. If Sutton asked you to help her study with the bar, would you? No. I've already studied for the bar. I think Sutton is lovely. I'm sure she will have fun with that. But it's been so long. I mean, I've been practicing almost 17 years at this point. It has been so long since I've studied for or taken the bar. I don't want to go do it. I did that. I do not want to go do it again. So no. The legal thinking and critical thinking I love, but that's not really what you need in the bar exam. You need rote memorization. And also, Sutton can't study for the bar yet. If Sutton's going to go like the Kim Kardashian route to law, she would need to take the baby bar first. And the baby bar is very difficult. I don't know if she would have time. Mustang Mickey said, was this the same suit Erika was talking about on the show? How could it be when the show filmed months and months? Excuse me, not feeling well. How could it be when the show was filmed months and months and months ago and this just happened? I'm confused. This is not the same. I love this question. This is not the same lawsuit she was talking about on the show. On the show, Erika was talking about the lawsuit filed in Chicago by Edelson PC that then got refiled in California. That's the one that got dismissed. And even when it was dismissed, I was on Twitter saying, this is going to be refiled in another jurisdiction, as it should be. And then it did. And then we covered it. That's the one she was talking about. So let's see. So no, thank you for asking and allowing me to clarify. That I find very, very helpful. Let's see. Question Irene R. asked earlier if someone could sue if they got the penile enhancement surgery based on all or in part on the alleged 50 Cent endorsement of the med spa. Oh gosh, that might be a heavier question than my brain can handle today. I mean, it would technically be a false advertisement. Like I was misled by the false advertisement. So maybe fraud in the inducement. Like I wouldn't have done this but for the fact that this person did it. I mean, I don't know if it would be worth it. My brain always goes to, would you get what you wanted? What might you get? The cost of your surgery covered? If your surgery went well, maybe that, but you've already made that choice. So maybe fraud in the inducement. So maybe. Question, are we still planning a Leonard's glamping trip? Jen, we're going to have to talk about it. Question, will you be covering the Lori Vallow Chad Daybell case next year? I don't know. TBD. I haven't decided yet. When will the Sherry Papini case be discussed? I have a quick bit on my channel. She got sentenced to 18 months federal prison. I put the quick bit up on, there's a bit of a longer one on TikTok and there's one on Instagram. So there is a quick bit on the Quick Bits channel. She got sentenced. She turns herself in on November. The judge threw some shade. I don't know if there's much more to cover with it. Question, can you please do a lawyer reacts to all the crazy stuff Erika said during the Aspen trip about these lawsuits and the victims may be a members only. I can do an I have thoughts on it. I have like 5 I have thoughts episodes that I need to record. Hold on, let me make a note. I'm gonna make a note. We're gonna take a note. So, and then I could use some clips from the show and not have to worry about it if we do it as an I have thoughts. I have thoughts, by the way, lives on Patreon. That's where the members only podcast lives. Joe said, question, is the Wendy Williams Wells Fargo case still sealed? Yes. I wonder if there's been any movement on that. Have no idea. Sealed. Any thoughts on getting involved in your profession for someone who has trouble reading vast text due to learning disability like me? It has deterred me so far. Enjoyed listening to you. Jennifer, it is finding a way to make it work for you. I don't know what options are available for having things voice to texted. I know there are tons of options now with that, and I would look into what the accommodations are or can be for listening to things auditorily instead of reading them. Question, are you going to cover the Danny Masterson case? Undecided. Undecided. It's really, really dark. Jessica said, I know this will probably never get answered. Don't start a question with that. But does anyone know what percentage tint she gets on her glasses? Because those are not sunglasses. They're not. These are specific Erlen lenses. They are not for sun particularly. I am light sensitive, and they also help with ADHD, among other things. So there's always a link down in the description about my glasses. So they are not a specific sunglass tint. They are color combined purple gray. They look more like a sunglass tint because they're dark. Brian's are blue. Travis's are more orange. And so all of our family members have a different color tint. Like Bono's are really orange. But these help me tremendously, and they help with smoothness of reading with the dyslexia. So Erlen, IRLEN.com can absolutely help describe what it does and how you can explore those on your own. So yes, they help, and I love them. Tammy said, Emily, Rob, Rick made my day. You guys are absolutely on point. I mean, sometimes you got to just hammer it home. Just what I needed. Thank you. Exactly. My prescription is Erlen like brown tint 33%. And sometimes people tint just for overhead lights. It just depends. So this helps. Texas Doll said, that's the case I was talking about, the Walmart shooter kill 23 case from 3 years ago. Okay, that gives me more context. I can look. Did you ask your stylist and ask what color? So stylist, he, not a worry, Valkyrie Arts, and I have totally forgot, but I will see him tomorrow and I will ask. So let's see. Did you see that Nate the lawyer has sued Bot Sentinel and Chris? No. One of the defendant's case is from one of your lives with Nate, if I heard right. I have not seen that. Did that happen today? I will go look, but no, I have not seen that. Literally got off a plane last night, got up this morning, grabbed the stuff about Fat Leonard, finished pulling up all of the documents for today, sat down, got some coffee, and started recording. Question, love a question. Do attorneys have some sort of legal duty on oath or something to report things that they think are suspicious, like fraud or something like that? Seriously, I'm not a lawyer. So there's a duty of candor to the court. It really just, it really just depends, I think, on the ethical duties of each attorney's jurisdiction. All of us are licensed in different jurisdictions. Different jurisdictions have different rules. California has what they call a no snitch rule. And so if you see something that you think's wrong in California that like another attorney is doing, you're not obligated to report it. Illinois has a duty to report. It really, really, really just depends on the jurisdiction. California is one of the last that doesn't require you to report malfeasance or suspected malfeasance to the bar, which is part of what made the Girardi case so wild, is that other attorneys didn't have an obligation to their licensing agency to report anything. I talk about that a bit, and I am definitely not a bar expert. There are a lot of really deep rules when it comes to attorney ethics and where those are, and when you're in court and practicing and advertising and all this stuff. But California does not have a duty to essentially turn someone in. Different attorneys also, you can go above and beyond, but you have to make sure that if you are representing a client in the thing, you are protecting your client first. And that kind of comes first. And your duty to the court comes above that, and your duty to the client. But if you don't have a duty to the court to say something, then you have to make sure you're not violating your duty to your client before you choose to say something. And then a lot of attorneys are governed also by their own internal ethics and integrity, which matters. So, did you cover the shade Judge Deary gave Trump's team as a special master on Tuesday? No, I've not covered any of it. And probably, and won't, not probably, and won't. I'm sure people are covering the special master stuff. I am not. I am so behind on other stuff that we cover. I do not have the bandwidth to even catch up on what's going on with that. Question, I'm seeing Johnny Depp and Jeff Beck next month. Leonard hoodie with Facts Not Fuckery hoodie. Oh. Facts Not Fuckery feels like the strong play. Feels like the strong play. Bia said, thank you so much for today's coffee, Cursey Words, and eggplant jokes. Exactly what I needed. Every now and then, we need a little bit of just a lighter chat. And that's, our community just sometimes needs a breath. So, question, what are internal ethics and morals? Oh, law and lumber, having integrity, a basic governing creed of values and what is and is not in integrity. Jessica said covering Masterson invites Scientology to stalk you. Not saying yes or no, just a warning. Oh, no, I've talked about this in other cases when I was working as a judicial law clerk. So after I passed the bar, I worked for 2 judges as a research attorney. My brain is completely done. So everything else is going to be a little bit awkward. Apologies. We had a big issue with a case that had some witness and juror intimidation, and it was a Scientology case. I am well aware of what stepping into covering that case would involve. So very much aware. Have you ever seen a juror argue with a judge? Yes, I have, but not after the juror got seated on the panel. I have seen jurors argue with judges when they are going through voir dire, and it's so fucking awkward. But there was a judge that hated me. And so there was a juror that was arguing back and forth with this judge, and it was a judge that would yell at me in front of the jury, and a judge that just literally hated me. And when jurors would kind of get yelled at by her, I would never excuse them. Sometimes the defense would, but I would always leave them. I'm like, oh, they're going to understand what it's like when I start getting yelled at. We're aligned. Like they are going to feel me because they have been yelled at improperly. She would yell at people about all kinds of stuff that I'm not going to get into. It was just, not a fan. I was not a fan. She was not a fan. Those stories are for another day. Have you seen Jensen Ackles' interview with the New Mexico sheriffs regarding Rust? He is even more amazing than I thought. I have not, but I will go look. So, question, are you following this Shakira attack situation? Not closely. We covered it once. I have not seen an update. Law takes time, man. There are not going to be things that are happening as quickly as, not happening as quickly as other cases we've covered. Some move very fast. Most don't move very fast. Emily perfectly explained why I hesitate to take the bar in a new jurisdiction I'm in. The torture of bar prep is no joke. It is no joke. It is absolutely no joke. I'm going to get to like 1 or 2 other questions, and then I am going to go. Hotel rooms may be dry, but the AC filters are generally filthy and they kill my allergies. That's where I'm at today. Deanne said, guess who got called for jury duty? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Not until you get on an airplane. I mean, it's going to be in a day or 2. So we're back on a plane very, very soon. And then I will be at some hearings in LA. We're going to do the meet and greet. If you guys didn't see that, go take a look. The tickets are available for the meet and greet. There are a limited number of tickets. So if it's something you're interested in for September 26th, make sure you go and do that. Because I think we will probably run out of space, and I don't want anyone who really wants to come to not be able to, but I also don't want you to feel like this is the only one and you have to fly. I hate a high pressure thing. I got asked a lot about doing meetups. I had a bit of time on Monday night when I'm in LA so that we can do a meetup. It's going to be in the South Bay near LAX. When you buy tickets, you will get the information about exactly where. Just plan on being near LAX. The links are down in the bio if you want to come and see me and see some of the other law nerds. And that I will start sharing that on social media more today. But for those of you that are on the live stream, I absolutely wanted to give you kind of first crack at it before I started sharing it elsewhere. So I gave, the members first opportunity yesterday and then gave everybody else an opportunity. So that is what's going on. I'm going to try to do them, and I'm going to try to do them kind of around as I travel around. I just have not had time most of this trip. I've been so busy, but I do have that time in LA. If you're in LA, would love to see you. If you can't, we will catch you in another one. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you for the stream. Thanks to the mods. The mods are amazing as always, and we love it. Rihanna said, like in the Parkland trial, if there is a break in the trial, can the jury go back to work and such? It depends on the jurisdiction. I think I answered this in the comments yesterday too. Generally, yes, they can't talk about the case, but it can depend on the jurisdiction and the judge's rulings. Generally, yes. So Tennessee needs a meetup, more specifically near Knoxville. If Tennessee gets a meetup, it'll probably be in the middle because it's the middle. But I have not been to Knoxville yet, and I absolutely want to do that. So let's see. Has she touched on Johnny dating? I haven't seen anything about Johnny dating whoever Joelle Rich is. I have, as I said, plain this, and that's it. Question, can you come to Finland, please? And have a meet and greet with your Nordic Leonards. I would love to come to Finland. We have definitely wanted to do more Nordic travels. Pandemic. And then pandemic until my kids got busy. And now the amount of time that my kids have to not do school activities has gotten much smaller. So I'm going to go steam my face open and my throat. And we will absolutely be back. I don't know the next day we'll be live. Cause Tuesday I will be recording. I will have some different timed lives next week. And then we are going to have a new podcast up on Wednesday. And that's it. There will probably only be one stream next week because I will be traveling for Vid Summit. Vid Summit is a lot of fun. So I will be there with a bunch of people. And that's what we'll be doing. So Leonards, thank you for being here. Mods, thank you for riding. I have missed you guys. I will see you around social media. It's great. Cheryl, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. All thanks to Emily for sharing yourself, and thanks to the mods. The mods are always amazing and we love it. So thank you. Yep. We're going to go steam this and get it taken care of. Hopefully I will see if you are near the South Bay in Los Angeles. I will see you live on Monday. If not, I will see the rest of you. I'm going to be recording and I have thoughts before the end of the weekend. So that'll be up on Patreon. And yeah, that's what we're doing. That's where we're going. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being Leonards. Cheers. I'm going to put up a poll in the members spaces about what we want to talk about on the podcast. Because it seems that Adnan Syed is what you guys really want to talk about. And I'm here to talk about what you guys want to talk about. So I will ask and we will find out. All right. With that, good night, goodbye, and I will see you soon. Bye. Connect with me everywhere. I'm at the Emily D. Baker. If you guys want to join the text, just text Emily.com. If you want to join the channel, LawNerdsUnite.com. Happy to have you. Support what we do here on the YouTube.